I've been working out since the Wednesday after the Super Bowl. And at the time, I felt like it was a little early to be starting to work out, possibly from what I was hearing from other people. But it actually worked out in my favor because before everything got shut down, I had 2 full months where I was working out, running routes, trying to improve the things that I set out to improve on in the off season. So it's been different. It's been an adjustment, but I feel like in the pros, you have to be able to prepare for anything. That's why you're a pro. So I feel like our team has been working really hard individually and trying to come together in Zoom calls and just try to be as prepared as possible. I just continue to attack the ball. I kind of expected press coverage to be tough in the NFL, but those are really what win games, I feel like, when you have a receiver that can win those one-on-one battles. So continue to try to dominate. Dwayne's looked great. I've been here working out with him in Virginia the last month or so, and he looks really cut up. He's slimmed down. He's having fun again. I feel like a lot was thrown at him his first year, and I'm not making any excuses for him at all. But I feel like just his focus is great right now, physically, mentally, his personal life. He's cleaned some things up as well, and he's ready to prove himself right, really, and just be the leader and the quarterback that this franchise needs and deserves. And he knows that it's going to come with work, dedication, but he's taking the right steps, and he's just not worried about, throwing with no opposition right now. That's not really too hard, but he can't wait to get back when we get with our teammates and then, seeing some other teams this season and be able to showcase what he's been working on this whole season. So he looks really good, and I'm happy for how far he's come. I don't really try to get into being like the alpha per se, but I know I try to, set a good pace to our workouts and things like that. Try to go first when we're running routes, try to run the route right, try to set the right examples for the guys that we're throwing with, and just try to make it look good, try to make Dwayne feel comfortable as possible is my main objective, and just making sure I'm coming out there with a focused mindset what I'm trying to do to get better. I feel like when you go out to work out, you should have a plan, what you want to get done, what you want to accomplish, and you shouldn't just be out there just doing things. So I try to visualize coverages. I try to visualize splits. We have guys out there that are kind of shadowing, giving us looks. So it's trying to take the next step and really hone in my game. But Steven and Kelvin look great. I could clearly see the improvement that they've made in their games, and I'm just excited to be a part of that group. Whether it's people see me as the alpha or not, I just want to be a guy that is a guy who could dominate and help this team. Coach Haas and Coach Turner have, expressed where they possibly see me as playing the X, but they don't want me to get so bogged down and just I'm going to play the X that I won't play Z or even the slot. And I've been trying to learn it all conceptually. And I feel like that gives our team versatility. I feel like it gives me versatility. And it's something I feel like I can handle mentally. So, Dwayne tried to get in contact with us pretty early. We had plans to possibly go into South Florida and get all the receivers together and, rent out an Airbnb and just be all together and run routes. But then obviously coronavirus hit and, those plans went left. But I've been in Indy for a while. I was training early in Florida, but I wanted to come back to Ashburn and get connected with Dwayne and the other receivers. So he's been hitting us up all off season, and it's just everybody's schedules with the virus, things like that. We wanted to make sure, first of all, we were all going to be safe and healthy, and then we could find a time that works. So it's been great so far. He's moving really well. He has a great burst in the way he's running his route. His feet are clean. He's always had really good hands. But when we're connecting on deep balls, usually everybody kind of expects me being the fast guy. I'm going to hit on them all and things like that. But Kelvin's really – his timing has been great. Him and Dwayne are really building that chemistry. And then with Steven Sims, I feel like, he's probably made one of the biggest jumps to me personally because just how clean his feet are. He's always been fast. He's always been quick, but sometimes he possibly would slip. So whatever he's been working on, I know he's been working with D-Rob, the receiver coach, but you can really tell his feet are so clean, and the way he's running his route, everything, his stems look the same. So I'm really excited to see him flourish in an offense that really can showcase his versatility inside or out. I try to come in with the mentality of I can't afford to lose, in the sense that, we are kind of seen as the number one receiver or a guy that's heavily dependent on. You can't lose reps. You can't afford to lose too many reps, if at all. Obviously, the other guy on the opposite side is really good. So you really got to train your mind, train your body to win all the time in everything you do. And I feel like I try to train that way. I try to run routes that way. I try to visualize that way. And then the mental side of the game, just studying yourself and then your opponent. But I feel like the biggest thing that stands out about this offense and what Coach Turner wants to do is they just want to push the ball down the field and, have some explosive plays. We'll spread some teams out. Obviously, we have some great backs at our disposal, so I know they'll be incorporated in. But a lot of our concepts, a lot of this offense is down the field throws, and that's what I feel like can really help with a quarterback that throws the ball like Dwayne and the receivers that we have. Not just include Steven and Kelvin, but the other receivers we have. I feel like this could be a very, very receiver-friendly offense. So we just got to make sure that we're keyed into what we need to be doing on every play. Well, obviously, with everything going on in this country, the spotlight that is taken during the coronavirus, obviously, not all eyes are on it. And I feel like it's just terrible that something like that had to happen for people that I feel like take more focus on it now. But this has been going on for years. And I felt like until the people who aren't affected are as passionate and care as much of those who are, then there can't be change. And as well as just the fact that, we have Black athletes and actors and actresses, and I feel like they're celebrated across the country for the most part. But do people really appreciate their Black women and Black men at the end of the day? First and foremost, I'm a Black man, and at the end of the day, this football thing will be over. And I'll have to raise my family and raise my kids in a world that I hope that's inclusive, that's built on equality, but racism still exists and we can't hide from that. But the only way we can move forward is we're having those conversations, and people who know what it's like to be in those situations are educating those who do not. And those who do not know what it's like to be Black or be in those type of situations, they're empathetic enough to understand that they may not know what's going on, but they're willing to help and be part of the solution and not the problem. And I feel like that's what we need more of as a country. And I just don't want to be somebody who's sitting down here and just sitting here talking like I have all the answers, because I don't. But I do know what it's like to be a Black man and the importance that that is to me and, where I come from. And I just want to see live in a place where everybody can be comfortable being who they are and don't have to worry about looking over their shoulder about any type of injustice. I do feel really great, actually. I'm between about 208 and 212 around there. I try to stay around 208. But, I feel great the way I'm running my routes, the way I'm catching the ball. I feel like the chemistry that me and Dwayne have right now is really great. People automatically assume because we played in college, it was just going to click. And we were learning a new offense. We were getting adjusted to the NFL. But we didn't use that as an excuse. We just tried to continue to work, continue to learn and grow. And I feel like we're just pushing each other as well as our other rookie classmates. And we're going to try to just, put our best foot forward. When I was in Florida at Bommarito's training facility, I worked with a few. LaShawn McCoy, Frank Gore was really big for me. Just to see a guy like that who's obviously older in the late part of his career, walking Hall of Fame. It's kind of like being around AP, to be honest, being around a guy like Frank Gore, the way he practices, the way he attacks the workouts. He doesn't take any reps off. And it really, I'm a guy like that, but it even pushed me even more to see a guy like that who's on the tail end of his career, but just being so productive and working so hard. So that's kind of was a goal of mine coming into the offseason as well, be around some NFL guys, some NFL vets, whoever I could be around to kind of be a sponge and soak up whatever knowledge that they have. So